Hello and welcome to Wednesday office hours. So, today's topic is slow and steady. Definitely not something that in these days of cell phones and overload of information is something that we're good at. It really requires some practice to stay slow and steady. And actually, in most of the things that we do, slow and steady will win the race. Because as I'm looking at life, life is the race, right? And oftentimes, when we are chasing after our to-do list, when we're going as fast as we can to get things done, we're stumbling, we're falling. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, oh, we talked about this before, but not in this particular um, connection. And so as I'm thinking about slow and steady wins the race, and the race being our lives, it makes so much sense, right? Because if we're becoming more slow, we can take in these experiences of life way more, like me sitting out here, the sun shining, the birds chirping in the distance at least, when we're eating a meal, when we're chatting with somebody, instead of in our heads already being somewhere else, but really investing time into the now, into the moments we have with the people in our lives, with the foods that we eat, with anything in our lives, really. And that brings me to that topic I've been talking about with a friend yesterday, how there is always this piece of us that we're chasing after something, chasing after these vacations, chasing after the summer, chasing after these moments that we truly enjoy, because in the moment that we're in might not be as comfortable. And so when I'm being with these moments that are uncomfortable, being in this transition time of winter into spring, spring into summer, and being able to just take these moments in, I can actually find joy within them. So the slow and steady is really about taking it in, no matter if these are likes or dislikes, and finding the joy with it. Because the more we can be in this slow motion, in this, okay, maybe not slow motion, but like in that slower pace, and finding more of a balance, because that's the other piece, right? When we're thinking about our lives, work and private life, family, friends, hobbies, exercise, food, whatever it is, right? There's so much that we could give attention to, but there's only so much time. And when I see it as an experience, when I'm seeing about this awareness that I can bring into what's happening in this moment, balance is happening. I am not the one creating balance. I'm not the one trying to hold steady, stay steady. It's the pace that determines the steadiness. So, meaning, if I am aiming to go slower, I become more balanced. I become more steady. I become more aware and present. And so, with that, it allows me to really enjoy the moments, even if they might feel a little yucky. They might feel a little uncomfortable. And so, as I'm exploring this topic slow and steady with you for a few more minutes, it's just an invitation, really. Recognizing when I'm going too fast, when I'm trying to hurry up, right? When I'm thinking about hurrying up, I always think of like driving, for example, right? It's like, oh, I gotta get there, I gotta hurry up. And usually when I feel that way, it's because I'm running late, that I wasn't giving, or I was giving too much attention to something else and not enough attention to where I have to go. So being present is one thing, and obviously there's something coming in the future. So we have to figure out a way to attend to all of it, right? Being attentive to the now, being attentive to what was, being attentive to the future. And as I'm saying this, it feels like a lot. But then again, if I slow down, if I just take in this one moment right now and to the next moment, and just like I just had this pause for connection, right? Pause to reconnect. It asks me to slow down. And I've done a few presentations lately with PowerPoints and such, and there's always this rush when in fact there is no rush at all. There's that inner thing that we are worried that if I don't hurry up, that I won't have enough time. And so I want to bring it back to life, because the faster we go in life, the faster we get to the end line. And so if we can keep that in mind, if we can keep in mind that by slowing down, by possibly doing less things, I will actually enjoy things more. I can carry these experiences in much more depth, and I can remember them much better. And so I can only see positive things, how to move slower and find more steadiness as we're moving through life. And so here's the wind blowing that brings some movement, that brings some speed into life, right? But then there will be a moment where the wind slows down. It catches a breath, it catches a moment. And that's what I'm looking for in life, is to move with how it comes. I'm not telling you to always slow down. There are some things you just want to get it over and done with and move on to the next thing. And yet, I'm thinking about dishes at this moment. I was like, oh, dishes. I was like, I don't like doing them. And when I'm thinking, or cleaning the bathroom is like another one. I just don't like to do too long. But then again, if I slow down, I can see more. I can actually have more satisfaction afterwards, because if I would hurry up, let's use the bathroom as an example. Next time I take a shower, it's like, oh, I missed this spot. Oh, I missed that spot. Oh, I missed that spot. If I would have gone slower and I just been in this experience of cleaning the bathroom, I would have found those spots. And then when I take this first shower in this clean bathroom, I can then fully enjoy, because I'm not going to find these spots I missed because I wasn't hurrying up. So that's obviously a very simple example that might not be true for you. The same thing, maybe something that resonates more with you, is drinking your first drink in the morning. That possibly is a coffee, that might be a tea. And especially with those drinks, you cannot hurry up. You can't drink a hot coffee or a hot tea quickly, right? The only challenge is you got to drink it while it's hot, because sooner than later it's going to get cold very quickly. And so when we think about slow and steady that way, when we're thinking about what can I enjoy in this slow movement, what can I do as I'm moving through these moments with ease, it actually will bring more steadiness, more balance, and more enjoyment. How do you move through your life? How does slow and steady show up in your life? How do you find this moment of pausing? How does that work for you? And the other thing about it that I was starting to talk about a few moments ago is about experiences. So apparently Airbnb is bringing out some ways you can have like services and experiences. And as I'm like learning about what these are, I'm seeing like services is like these brief moments, right? It's like this one thing I'm doing, like the to-do list, right? I gotta do this, gotta do that, I'm gonna do this. But then if I look at it as a experience where all these parts of the to-do list are included in these experiences, I can then have more enjoyment in it. And so that's where this other piece of slow and steady comes in, where we can explore that piece a little bit more, where we're not just working through each piece, each activity, but see it as an experience, just like life. life is an experience. It's not just, oh, I accomplished XYZ on all these things on my to-do list. It was actually these different pieces that came together as a whole that then turned into your life. So I hope that this brought some thoughts to you. I hope you are living a life of slow and steady, and therefore you'll be winning this race of life, which is, race can just be a movement between two places, between birth and death. That's the race. And race, usually, we consider something fast. But what if race isn't something fast? What if we're just turning it into a journey and say slow and steady wins the journey? Because then we also anticipate it to be slower, more relaxing, more peaceful. All right, with that said, thank you so much for watching, and go on into your day with a smile and a little hello for people that you meet next. Take care. See you soon.